Hi guys, and welcome back to another edition of Pro Hire Truck TV. I'm 𝗏𝗏𝐶𝐚𝐿𝐼, and as always we're going to look at something which is a bit different to the norm, and in this occasion we're looking at the Maxus eDeliver 3, and you're going to say, well, what's different about that? Everybody's talking about this little 3.5 ton electric vehicle. But of course the changes come when we start using them for other things, and in this occasion we're using it for a fridge, and you might also say, well, what's special about that? Special about that is we're looking at -24, -20 multi-drop, which is pretty special in its own right. But to be able to use something like this to cover decent mileages, urban, with a frozen product is indeed different. And that's what I'm trying to showcase today. In itself, of course, the Maxus eDeliver 3 is a great little piece of kit. We've used it for quite some time now across our fleet, and it's starting to prove a little workhorse across many different areas. And of course you've seen before, we've done dry freights, etc. In this occasion we have here something more than capable of -20 temperatures and a range of 145 miles in a multi-drop environment. Probably with the electric 𝗏𝐵𝐴𝐻 fridge, it's proving to be rather special, and of course it is running, so you can hear it running if you get close enough to it, but you really have to get your ear quite close to the vehicle. So it's continuing to refrigerate constantly as we go through it. The size of this vehicle, we're going to give 500-600 kilos payload on a frozen spec vehicle. Not a bad payload, really quite a decent payload for a vehicle of this size. But bear in mind, we're looking at frozen product, and frozen product at these kind of temperatures with a load space which is actually quite reasonable. It's not a bad bit of kit, really is. And in fairness, as all things on Pro Hire Truck TV, available from our contract hire division. So we've got something here which actually is conceptually quite different. We're able to offer this refrigeration now on diesel vehicles as well, and therefore enabling you to cut your CO2 and your fuel burn across your diesel fleet. But of course it was designed and developed around with electric in mind, and that for me is where this whole journey begins. So let's take this for a spin and let's have a quick look at actually how well this works. Oh, here we go. Right, grab away all the old seat belt, and we'll see where we go. So we're in the vehicle, and I've kept the vehicle running while we were having a quick chat outside, and we'll have a quick look under the bonnet before we finish. But we've had the vehicle running for about 15 minutes or so, and if you take a quick look at the temperature gauge, we're at -11. And I know it's a cold day, but the temperature outside today is around 10 degrees, and believe it or not, it's sunshine and it's Stoke. They don't always go together in that area. But let's give it a run and see just the difference it makes to this vehicle, and how this could fit in to your ESG, CSR credentials when it's reducing CO2, because people tell me they've not got enough range and they can't have a proper frozen product. Well, actually you can, so let's give this a go. So we're already started, so let's take this off and we'll go. Again, from all perspectives, this vehicle's available in a larger and longer range version from the middle of next year, and again this fridge will be more than capable of doing that. A slightly bigger payload, slightly more load space. But right now, if you've got a frozen urban delivery operation anywhere in the UK, this kind of vehicle can operate straight away for you. And with the ProGreen team, you can have a trial this one. We've got them in our rental fleet. Give it a go. 145 miles of range, driven well, with a fridge operating all the time, and for me, super impressive. I have to say, the guys at Harris Commercials and Maxus have been very, very cooperative when it comes to adapting and being part of the solution going forward in temperature control. And not all the manufacturers have actually been that helpful, but the guys here have just taken everything on board and really tried to look at this. And we've got development underway at the moment on chassis cab versions with refrigerated boxes on, both in eDeliver 3 and in eDeliver 9. So it really is an interesting concept. I have to say, charging, the ability to understand these products, it's a very simple vehicle too. And a lot of people look at refrigeration and they look at electric and you put them in the same place and you go, it's a bit too much to contemplate. This is an absolute urban warrior. You know, you can do anything you want to do with this vehicle, day in, day out, fast charging, 7 kilowatt charging, and for those who've seen, you know, earlier videos on this type of product, you know, it's moved on from there, but it's actually getting better all the time. The ability to charge this vehicle at 50 kilowatts, absolutely 100%, you know, but again, you can charge this overnight if you've done 100, 120, 130, 140 miles of range. You know, we've been travelling for 4 or 5 minutes and we set off at, you know, -11, it's already at -13. And these are, you know, quite deep temperatures. You know, we're talking about some interesting temperatures. You know, I've done some extensive trials on this and we can share the data with you. You know, we've got some hot weather trials at -20 multi-drop, and we're doing between 15 and 30 drops a day. So it's impressive. So we can share that empirical data with your teams, and we'd love to be involved in the projects you've got going. And we've got some larger vehicles in the same format. Not only is this really clean, really efficient, zero commitment to the vehicle, it's actually going to save you about, you know, 15 or 20 pounds a day in fuel. Plus, if you're taking it into London right now, it has the benefit of your congestion charge as well. So, to be fair, there is very few excuses if you've got a van, a small vehicle, frozen or chilled, to not operate something like this. But of course, with the Pro Hire guys, we're on the ProGreen team, we'd love to talk to you about contract hire of all of our products and everything that we showcase. You know, we'd love to be involved in your project when it comes to electrical charging station, battery technology, running the vehicles into your fleet, being part of that transition from ICE to electric, and I absolutely, you know, can't wait to be involved in that project. We have people who are absolutely sitting and waiting for the opportunity to be involved in this project with you. So we're going to take this for a bit more of a spin. You know, this is a brilliant little vehicle. It's really quick, it's really quiet, and of course we're now, you know, literally the length of the video we're seeing now, and we're at -15 already. You know, so we're going to pull it to -18, -20, and we'll show you where we are and just how long that's taken. So we've been out and about in our little Maxus free, and of course it's like a lot of things. You know, it does everything it says on the tin. It doesn't do any more than that. You know, I've said in a previous state of life that it was a bit vanny, and of course it still is. But it's everything you need it to do. Reversing cameras, it drives forward in a straight line, it's really quick, it's good on fuel, it's extremely clean. You've got an electric fridge, it does -18, -20, it does 145 miles. You can charge it on 7 kilowatt, you can charge it on 50 kilowatt. You know, so it does so many things for you as a business. Why wouldn't you at least have the opportunity to have a look at something that's as good as this in 2021-22? You know, and we've got some availability in stock. So look, it's again, as always, I say, you know, unfortunately, we have 9 or 10 minutes to try and talk about something which is a little bit different. You know, we have our own training school. The ProGreen team will be delighted to look at this. So I guess for me, if you like, please subscribe if you can, you know, and we'll see you again soon. And we have some great topics to come up. So, and just before we go, I'll just have a quick look to see what temperature we're actually at. And we're at -18, which is a 20-minute journey to get us to that temperature. And you know, for those that need that temperature, we're here and we're ready to go. Speak to you again soon. Take care.